greatest game in all the world. And I just love to see the youth coming out here and just competing, learning so many life lessons.
And on the kickoff, it will be returnable, dancing up the middle, still on his feet, doesn't want to go down.
Frequently, youth football will attack those edges, and but they're Irish coming up with a big play, forcing a no gain or loss of yardage on that play.
Well, Play 60 is the National Football League's youth health and fitness campaign focused on making the next generation of kids the most active and healthy by encouraging them to be active for at least 60 minutes a day. NFL Play 60, designed to help tackle childhood obesity, brings together the National Football League's long-standing commitment to health and fitness with an impressive roster of partner organizations. To learn more about the NFL's Play 60 partners, events, programs, and how to play 60, please visit NFLrush.com, NFLrush.com. All right, quarter number 1 in the books. We will turn the field around now as the Golden Norsemen will move from right to left here in this second quarter, facing a 3rd and 11.
We know their quarterback can throw it. It's whether can they get a wide receiver open to receive this catch.
Lawrence to throw. Has a little time, gonna air it out deep. He's got a man. It's incomplete. It was Wallace, or no, I beg your pardon, it was Rondell Carter. And he was open, he could not hang on to the football.
And what a throw. I mean, perfect to the spot. The receiver had every opportunity to haul this thing in, but just can't quite do it as it goes through his hands as he's leaping for it. But I'm telling you, that quarterback for the Norsemen, if they can find some ways to get some guys catching these balls downfield, he's throwing them to good spots. And that might be what the course of action they need to go to, is slinging it around a little bit, because they've not had any success running the ball.
Kevin, I'm with you. With this kid's arm, I'm going to start airing it out. 4th and 11, the Norsemen will go for it. Lawrence again, in trouble, trying to get away from trouble, and finally caught back at the 36-yard line. Just too many white and green jerseys there, and leading the way in the stop, Tamir Hickman-Collins finally wrapped up Lawrence, and now, once again, the Norsemen have run out of downs.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a fan of the big guys in the trenches, the hog mollies, the big sexies, whatever you want to call them. But 95, Blaylock for the Irish has been fun to watch so far. He's by far the biggest guy on the field at 260 pounds. But he moves pretty well. He was right there in the backfield chasing that quarterback, and ultimately didn't bring him down for the sack, but was important getting penetration back there and causing a disruption of that pass by Zach Lawrence.
I know you can't think what if, but I still think what if that ball was caught by Carter, would have been a big gain and put them close to the red zone.
I know, it's, you know, I mentioned it earlier what a team sport it is. You know, you get the blocking on point, you get the passes right where it needs to be, and then it comes down to, you know, the execution of the catch. And all these guys are dependent on you to make that catch, and it doesn't, you know, execute perfectly, then you're not going to have success. It's tough, but this team has to just regroup and find a way to get a stop here.
They've run the ball well. They hand it off to the deep back across the 35 to the 33 and down to about the 30-yard line. Rumbles Jamison Funderburk.
Really, it's the formula the Irish dialed up. They want to be able to get the lead early and then just keep pounding the rock, especially on the inside. They got the linemen to be able to move some guys. And there you can see he was met early by some of these Norseman defenders, but unable to bring him down. And I know it's early in this game, but it has to get tiring for this defensive line, the defensive front for the Norsemen, with these big linemen and big backs coming out and play after play after play.
Funderburk ripped off 8. 2nd down and 2. Backs are in the eye, wide receivers are split. Handed off up the middle. McCray at the 25, at the 20. Still on his feet. Carrying tacklers with him. Breaking tackles. Touchdown. Number 33, Raymond McCray, with a 32-yard touchdown run. And Kevin, you saw there, they don't call him Big Ray McCray for nothing.
5'9", 200 pounds, and would not be stopped. I mean, he looks like he could be in high school now. I mean, he's got the build for it. He is a solid 200 pounds. And has some pretty nifty feet. I mean, what a load to try and bring down. You see Norseman guys just bouncing off of him. What a weapon to have for this Irish team as he gets that into the end zone for the big score.
So, 32-yard touchdown run, I beg your pardon, for number 33, Ray. They call him Big Ray McRae, and he certainly showed us there.
He's big. He's big on the field as it is, but man, as a running back, he's one of the biggest out here tonight.
All right, for the conversion now. Let's see what Cam Freeman and company will do. They're going to throw for the conversion. Freeman now dances to the left side, cuts back, runs it in. Quick conversion, good by Cam Freeman. And with 8:08 to go, we're still very early in this second quarter of play. 21-0 now in favor of the University City Irish. And as Yogi Berra once said, it's getting late early to the University City Golden Norsemen.
Yeah, and there, you know, they had a really good opportunity to stop the conversion there, but the defensive end, Sanders, got a little bit too far inside, lost contain, meaning they want to keep everything to the inside, not let anyone get out to that boundary area. And he got a little bit too far inside. That gave the quarterback time to escape to his left, and then it made it a pretty easy run to get in there for the conversion.
So the Norsemen now have to try to somehow regroup, and if you are Carlester Massey, Kevin, what are you telling you guys on the sideline right now?
You know, really, for this offense, it's a little bit cliche, but take it one play at a time and just find a way to get positive plays. Put a few positive plays together, you're getting some first downs, and before you know it, you're going to have some success. But they've got to find a way to execute some of these plays better and get positive yardage out of it. You can't have negative plays and end up in 3rd and 11. That's just too tough to convert for youth football. And it's not like guys slinging around in college or the pros. It's a much harder operation to establish a really good passing game in this league. So they're going to have to find some ways to make some positive plays.
Saxon Jenkins kicking it off. It's another very short kick and fielded by Brian Feaster. And again, the Norsemen will have very good field position here with their 3rd offensive possession. And they'll have it at their own 49-yard line. Penalties have helped derail them so far in the football game, and a big dropped pass also a factor.
You know, this team has kicked off short several times, and I think it's a smart play with this age level, because why put it in someone's hands deep in their own territory with so much field to be able to use as a weapon against you? Just put it in the bigger guy's hands right up front. It's not very much yardage, but you don't give up a big play.
Lawrence back to throw. Now he'll run. He'll pick up about 3. He's inside Irish territory, down to about the 48-yard line. Coming up from the secondary to make the tackle was Jamison Funderburk, number 4.
The Irish brought that defensive end, was right in Zach Lawrence's face as he was trying to roll out to his right, and made a nice move to cut inside to get some positive yardage out of it. Really turned out, it could have been a very negative play for the Norsemen into something positive, setting it up in 2nd and 7.
5 receivers now. Lawrence to throw, has some time over the middle, on and off the hands of his intended receiver. And I believe that was 88, David Sanders.
Again, that throws right on the money. Those receivers got to find a way to haul those catches in, because an opportunity there to move the chain and get a first down. Instead, they're facing 3rd and long again.
Get a look here, Kevin. And actually, it appeared to be Nathan White, the intended receiver, number 92. All right, 3rd and 7 now. Low snap, scooped up by Lawrence. Looking, now in trouble, and down he goes. At the 48-yard line. And zooming in there was Tamir Hickman Collins. We've called his name a couple of times in this football game.
Yeah, and Hickman Collins is not the biggest guy, but what an excellent tackle here, because if Zach Lawrence escapes this tackle, he's going to get outside to the left and get the first down running it. A good job by him, keeping his hands around the legs of Lawrence and bringing him down, not being able to make that first down.
Well, once again, we're going to head down to the sidelines, and our own Stormy Bonantoni has a special guest.
I am here on the field with Miss Tamika Powell, who is the team mom for the U City Irish. There is so much time, work, and effort, and we were just talking briefly a moment ago about what all goes into being a team mom. What can you share with us?
A lot of long nights goes into being a team mom. You just have to love it.
Why do you love it so much, though?
Well, the kids. I love the administrative part of it, you know, trying to get ready for game day, the communication piece, talking to the parents. It's good.
I saw you bringing some water to the players even out here on the field today.
Oh, it's important to keep our players hydrated as well, and we also patch up boo-boos and get ready for banquets, so it's very important. Our coaches, I don't think they see everything that we do,
Well, between you and Coach Powell, though, you've obviously got your hands full. But how good is the feeling when you came out here today, you see the lights, the camera, and the reaction to these players and having this opportunity to play on television?
I'm a football mom, and I love the lights as well, but I know this is a lifetime opportunity for these kids, and it's a good feeling to see them excited to be here.
And they might not realize it now, but this will be a memory forever, huh?
Yeah, most definitely.
Thanks so much for the time, Tamika. Throwing it back up to you, Tim.
Thank you, Stormy. Thank you, Tamika. Well, we did see a punt, Kevin, finally from the Norseman, and it was a pretty good punt, I thought.
It was, and good coverage by the Norseman, not letting him get open and down the field. And really, I've coached some youth football, middle school football, high school football, and really it's the parents behind the scenes that get so much of it done. You know, she's absolutely right. Sometimes you're the water person, you're the one patching up bruises and bumps and icing things down. You're making everything work, making sure the equipment's right, making sure everybody has everything. Everyone's on time, everyone's at practice. There's so much work that goes into it. And those, men and women that are able to make that happen, really, I don't think any of the coaches or players understand how much time and the commitment it takes.
Slicing up oranges. All right, Freeman, hand the ball off. And this is number 0, Dorian Pagat. He's going to lose a couple of yards, so good pursuit that time. And on the front end of that was Tyreek Brown for the Golden Norseman.
Yeah, the guys got off their blocks. The Norseman did a nice job stringing that out towards the sideline, brought some extra tacklers over there, and was able to get him down. You know, it just takes a population of bodies to bring down some of these big players for the Irish. And so for this Norseman team, as this game wears on, they're going to get tired a little bit, but you got to continue just to run to the ball to find ways to bring these guys down. You'll have some success there. A tackle for a loss, putting it back at 2nd and 11. That's the kind of plays you got to pile up to get this Irish offense off the field.
Only the second negative offensive play for the Irish so far in the first half, and now we have a delay of game penalty against University City. It'll march them back 5 yards and bring up 2nd down now and 16 yards to go. 21-0, the Irish with the lead. They have 3 rushing touchdowns to account for that lead and 1 passing 2-point conversion. Right, Freeman's gonna throw this time. On the right side, looking. Now he loses the football, but able to fall on it. Kevin, did he stumble down there?
Yeah, I think the field's a little bit slick. You know, we had some rain here in the Charlotte area, so the field's a little bit slick, and it's a damp night. You can see the humidity. There's a little bit of drizzle falling here, and you know, just a nice job by the defensive end. I think he flushes him out. It looks like he's got opportunity, but like I said, look at all those blue jerseys that get towards that quarterback. That's what got him nervous. He tried to cut back and slipped.
Let's bring up a long now, 3rd and 17 yards to go. So an opportunity now for the Norsemen to make their first defensive stop of the football game. Cam Freeman, a 13-year-old, in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers in the set, and now another penalty and another delay of game against the Irish. Kevin, you can take one, but two in the same series, that's a no-no.
Yeah, and you feel like with the Irish, they've had a great operation up to this point. They've had success with what they've tried to run. I don't think there's much excuse to all the lineup problems and the delays costing them yardage. 10 yards on this drive alone.
3rd and 22.
That's a live ball.
Ball is behind. It's a live football, and I believe the Norsemen have fallen on it. They have, at the bottom of the pile, David Sanders, number 88. And there's a turnover for the Irish, and it's going to be setting the Golden Norsemen up with outstanding field position.
Yep, heads-up play by Sanders because that ball's thrown laterally. He misses the catch there, but he stays active. He knows that thing's a live ball. It was not a forward pass, and that really gives the Norsemen a great opportunity to finally get on the board here tonight.
Kevin, he threw to Dorian Fagot, and I'm just guessing, but was he going to run that ball or was he going to throw the ball? It almost looked like he was maybe thinking about throwing it downfield.
Yeah, and I think, with this Irish team, that's maybe what some of the delay of the game situations were. They were trying to get it set up perfectly with a double pass down the field, and sometimes you can outthink yourself as a coach. You're having a lot of success and you think, let's go down the call sheet and look at some other plays that we have on our call sheet and see if we can get those run. Stick with what's working. They've had no problem whatsoever running the ball. They have tremendous running backs, and instead put that ball up in the air, and that causes the turnover. So a costly one, cost them deep in their own territory. Now the Norseman is lined up 26, 27-yard line here with a short field and an opportunity to get on the board.
And if they can find pay dirt, they're right back in this football game.
Yeah, I'd love to see them get in this end zone and make this game competitive just for the kids, to sense that they can have some accomplishment out here, feel like they can compete against this much bigger team, the Irish.
Lawrence over the middle, incomplete. Almost intercepted down at the 15-yard line. He was going for, again, big number 88, Sanders.
And there, a communication issue because Sanders wasn't looking back quick enough. The ball, he hits him right on the shoulder pad with the ball. Just an extremely accurate pass from the quarterback there. Just was not looking for it.
Well, I don't know who's going to get Zach Lawrence in high school, but if I was their head coach, I'd be pretty happy right now. This kid's really got a nice arm.
I do player development up at UNC Charlotte, and I've doing a little bit of scouting down here tonight. He looks like he could be a good college player.
You scout that far in advance, Kevin, or what?
Oh, man, you're always looking for talent. Unfortunately there, it looks like there was a bobbled snap.
Fumble on the play, and Jamison Funderburk recovers. Kevin, walk it through us here.
Yeah, low snap. That right there is on the center because that was below Zach Lawrence's hands. He's got to get that thing high and tight up in that glute area, I should say. It can't be a low one where it's below his fingers. You got to get up there high and tight. The hands are resting right inside the legs of the center there, and you want to pack that thing in. Look at that. They got a turnover chain over there. The Irish.
There it is, and a good-looking turnover chain. So once again, the Norsemen self-destructing. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Irish at their own 25-yard line. Hold it before the snap. Greg Powell's going to call the timeout here. 2:56 to go in this first half. And the Irish on top here, 21-0. Well, the Carolina Panthers are proud to introduce the Little Purrs Newborn and the Panthers Kids Club. The Panthers are offering 3 programs to create lifelong memories for young Carolina Panthers fans. The clubs are available to children 14 years of age and younger for an annual membership fee of just $20. Each child will receive an official membership package that includes a Kids Club membership card, 1-year subscription to the Roar magazine, exclusive kids gear, and much, much more. To become a member, please visit the Fan Zone section at Panthers.com to download a membership form. Kevin, you were saying?
I was looking at this team for the Irish running off to the sideline, and to me it looked like maybe they had 12 men on the field, and that prompted the timeout by the Irish to get this thing set up properly.
All right, under 3 minutes to go. And Freeman in the shotgun. Looks to the air, airing it out deep down the right sideline. Complete to Dorian Pagat. And the play is whistled down. They say that he had him in the grasp there at the 44-yard line. And we talked about the quarterback for the Norsemen, Zach Lawrence. Pretty good arm there from Cam Freeman.
Yeah, throwing it all the way across the field to his receiver. And it looks like, I guess they just blew it dead. Forward progress had been stopped, so that was the proper call there. But understandably, the receiver wants to keep running. I get it. You're never down till you're on the ground, but his forward progress was clearly stopped, so they blew it dead. But a nice operation by the Irish offense, showing they can throw the ball also. A beautiful throw there, and a good job by the receiver, really grabbing it at the high point and pulling that catch in.
And the Irish have 5 receivers out on 1st and 10. Now back, and they flip it to the left side. This is Pagat, and he'll run it out of bounds close to midfield, right in front of the Golden Norseman bench. And beg your pardon, that looked like that was Tamir Hickman Collins on the catch. And that looks like the play they were trying to perform earlier.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's interesting that, the Irish have had some success running the ball and running it up the middle, but here really kind of changing their game plan a little bit with some passing and passing to the perimeter. So not attacking the middle of the field, but trying to get to the outside area, get those guys in space, get the Norsemen out there trying to make some tackles. But the Norsemen, I think, doing a nice job rallying to the ball and preventing it from being a much, much bigger gain.
And it was number 0, Dorian Pagat, on the pass completion and run. And you look at number 95, Jeremiah Blaylock. How would you like to run behind him, Kevin?
Oh, man. It's great to have guys that are big, but he moves pretty well and really is just a giant kid. Guys like that, linemen are hard to find. And you find one like that, you can nurture him and keep teaching him the right techniques, man. He can have a real successful career playing offensive line. You're not noticed as much as those receivers and quarterbacks, but I can attest, I made a nice living at it, living in the shadows and the darkness of being in those trenches for a long time. A lot of people didn't know my name, but helped other guys be successful, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, Jeff Schwartz has also been my color analyst in the past, former Panthers offensive lineman. You guys must both belong to the offensive linemen's union or something.
It's a job. It's not for everyone. It is not for everyone. It requires a lot of, you got to really be selfless. You know you're not going to get a lot of pats on the back and a lot of people singing your praises, but you know you're absolutely critical to the operation, and if you do your job right, you can make some guys look really good.
Breaking tackles, Tristan Rivers for the first down and more, all the way down to the Golden Norseman 38-yard line. Kevin, he appeared to be trapped a couple of times upfield, but he just broke tackles and moves the chains.
Yeah, and it's, you can't just wrap up these guys, and when you're at this age group, still trying to learn techniques and get your body behind you, get proper leverage to bring these guys down. You can't arm tackle, meaning reaching for these guys and just grabbing for jerseys and think you're going to get them on the ground. And there he just continues driving the legs and is able to come up with the first down.
What a stable of running backs Greg Powell has for this UC Irish offense. They got 5 guys that can carry the ball and carry it well. All right, first down for the Irish at the Norseman 38. Play action. Toss short side. McCray hurdles one man. Penalty marker down. Now they're going to say McCray was out of bounds at the 22-yard line, but a marker is down.
Well, you're not, youth football and all the way up through high school, you're not allowed to leap other players. So the flag there is called because he made an incredible move. I mean, a great play. I mean, that's big McCray there showing his athletic ability by able to leap over the tackler, but for safety reasons, they don't allow those guys to do that, and that's why the penalty was thrown.
So, the marker down at the 24-yard line. Big Ray McCray, they call him.
A 12-year-old, 200-pound young man shouldn't be able to do that, but extremely athletic. It was fun to watch, I tell you that.
He was. Little Panthers game of the month tonight from historic Myers Park High School. I'm Tim Donnelly with a play-by-play. Our color analyst, former Carolina Panthers offensive lineman Kevin Donnelly. Of course, Kevin also getting into the broadcasting world, having a nice niche with the Panthers preseason TV broadcast team, and also doing some work for the Carolina Panthers radio regular season broadcast team. And that's a great group to work with, Kevin, isn't it?
It is.
A lot of great people there.
Yeah, Mick Mixon, Jim Zoki, Eugene Robinson, David Langton, who runs that whole show, all the guys that are all instrumental in that. It's just been a ton of fun. They've welcomed me in, and I tell you, for someone that's been around football all my life and got to play it for as long as I did, it's just in my system. It's in my blood. I know you love the game. It's something that I'm glad that I have an opportunity to do something that keeps me close to the game. And it's fun because it gave me this opportunity tonight. Being hooked up with the Panthers. I don't know where else I'd rather be on a Monday night watching some football. If I'm not home, if I've been there, I've been watching Monday Night Football, and I bet this is a much better game than that one going on tonight.
Well, we got a good game going here. All right, the penalty will bring it back to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. 20 seconds left. Up the middle, nowhere to run and nowhere to hide there, as the Norseman defense stacking it up. Tristan Rivers, nothing doing, and that's probably going to be the end of the first half of play. Kevin, I was going to say that you've worked at the National Football League level, you're working at the college level for the 49ers, and now you're working at the Pop Warner level. You got 3 levels of football you're all into right now.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and football season's busy for me. My wife understands it, and she's been living it with me since we were sophomores in college together. So I bet she could call this game here tonight. I'm sure she could be in this booth with you and tell you exactly what's going on, maybe in some ways better than me because she's watched a whole lot more football. I've been out there playing, but I do love this game, and I think it's, like I said, the best sport in the world. And it's been fun watching these two teams compete. Great sportsmanship so far, not a ton of penalties. And seeing both teams look very disciplined, able to get some things done. Obviously, the Norsemen got to get better as this second half approaches, but a fun half of football to watch, Tim.
Yep, you're looking at the Irish bench right now. We still have 2 quarters of football left to play. Well, we're heading down to the sidelines right now. Our own Stormy Bonantoni has the head coach of the University City Irish, Greg Powell.
Thank you, Tim. Well, a few big plays out there from Anthony Quinn, Brandon Elliott, and Big Ray McCray.
Oh,
how impressed were you with the offensive output for your guys?
Listen, believe it or not, I still think we can do better. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, and I understand this is a big night for the kids. I just want them to have fun. We're going to take the top off a little bit, let some of the inexperienced guys get a little run, so we should be okay.
Well, I know you wanted to eliminate mistakes, and we saw, you guys got pushed back a little bit offensively, and then you challenged your guys on the sideline, though, after that turnover to take it back.
Right.
How good was the feeling to see Jamison answer that call and get the turnover chain?
Oh, listen, they know I'm intense. I don't care if we're here or anywhere else. We would run up, downs, and suicides. I hate turnovers, so I was very excited, very happy for Jamison. First turnover chain of the night.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We good? Okay. Thank you.
All right, Stormy Bonantoni there with the head coach of the University City Irish, Greg Powell. We are at halftime here of our football game tonight, our D1 Savage Matchup Series championship game between the University City Irish and the University City Golden Norsemen. We'll come back with our halftime report in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back into Gus Purcell Stadium here on the campus of Myers Park High School. Just about set for the start of the third quarter. We have some first half highlights, and Kevin, we had some highlights, didn't we?
Yeah, no doubt. And, the Norsemen had some trouble at times stopping this offense for the Irish, but they came up with some big plays on defense, making some good stops near the line of scrimmage, and they're picking up the turnover. Good heads-up play by the Norseman defense. But, man, you look at this offense for the Irish. They are a machine. They've had a huge amount of success running the football tonight. They've been able to pile up some big plays and getting lucky along the way with that fumble, recovering that, keeping that drive alive. They go on to score, and then Big McCray, oh my goodness, an outstanding big running back for the Irish that's just overpowering some of those defenders for the Norsemen, and really that's going to be a tough defense for the Norsemen as they head into the second half and they receive this kickoff.
Well, we're heading down to the sideline now. Stormy has an interview with the head coach of the University City Norsemen, and that is Carlester Massey.
Thanks, Tim. Well, Coach Massey, the motto of this team is one team, one fight, one goal. How much of an emphasis was fight in that huddle over there?
Right now, I just told the team to just stay focused on the fundamentals and with tackling and running and blocking, and we'll be okay.
You did tell me that you felt as though they started to settle down a little bit. What are you hoping to see more from them?
They continue to settle down and have fun, just playing, enjoying the game right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Tim?
All right, that is Stormy Bonantoni with Carlester Massey, the head coach of the University City Golden Norsemen. And Kevin, our sideline reporter, Stormy Bonantoni, I think we're looking at a star in the making down there.
Yeah, she'll be snatched out of Charlotte soon. There's no doubt in my mind. She does tremendous work with the Carolina Panthers and then also doing college football games. I got to see her up in Chapel Hill. She called a great game as the Tar Heels took on, I forget who they
Georgia Tech?
Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Rip from Georgia Tech. I wanted to forget it because I'm a Tar Heel grad and they lost to Georgia Tech, and another tough loss for the Tar Heels. But glad to be here tonight with you, with Stormy, calling this game, having a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing if the Norsemen made some adjustments here and have a little bit different game plan as they try and attack this Irish defense and finally get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Kevin, we tease Stormy. We say that she's our version of Erin Andrews, Pam Oliver, and Lisa Salters, all wrapped up in one.
She does. She's multi-talented. Does a lot of work inside Panther Stadium on game day, too, up on the Panther Vision, the big boards there in the stadium. So she does a lot of different things for the Panthers and does a great job at all of them.
And on first down for the Golden Norsemen, they give it up the middle. And good running room there for Braylon Vincent. And he'll rip off 5 to bring up second down and 5.
Really ran that ball to the heart of the Irish defense. Blaylock, number 95, the 260-pounder. Got some good yards, but there Blaylock answers back as he gets great penetration against the offensive line for the Norsemen and sets up a loss of yardage on that one, so it'll set them up 3rd and long again. And hopefully if they throw a pass here that this receiver, whoever's on this receiving end of this pass can make the connection and can get a first down here.
Opening moments of the 3rd quarter. It is the D1 Savage Matchup Series Championship game. University City Irish and University City Golden Norsemen. I'm Tim Donnelly with the play-by-play. Our color analyst, Kevin Donnelly. Sideline reporter, Stormy Bonantonio. Great to have everybody here tonight on our Little Panthers Game of the Month. It's a movement up front. And Kevin, what did your eyes see?
It looked like the quarterback was about to send the receiver in motion, so he just kind of did the foot lift thing. And as that happened, the defensive lineman got drawn off sides. No, it looks like they're going to call it on the offense. I'm sorry. My apology. I guess they deemed that kind of a start of a play because it was an exaggerated movement by the quarterback drawing him off sides, so they called that against the offense there.
Couldn't quite see. There must have been some movement up front that we were not able to see, and so that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Norsemen and bring up 3rd down now and 11 yards to go.
And those penalties have added up some for the Norsemen. They've been fighting for every single inch of this field tonight, and having to give up 5 yards is a big setback.
2 huge face mask penalties were damaging for the Norsemen in that first half of play. On 3rd and 11, Lawrence going to throw to the right side. It's caught for a first down and more. With the catch, Rondell Carter redeems himself for that earlier drop, and the Norsemen are inside Irish territory. They'll spot the football at the 46-yard line.
What a laser throw there to the outside receiver, just past the outstretched arms of the defender. Maintains, stays in bounds and gets that upfield. A huge first down for the Norsemen.
Hopefully that will give them some momentum. Lawrence in trouble, penalty marker down, and so is Lawrence down. Back inside his own territory, but let's see what the flag is all about.
They've really tried to move the quarterback some for the Norsemen. Get him outside of the pocket, maybe get away from the pressure from the defensive line of the Irish. It worked on the previous play, but there
our referee, Clayton Mack, and it's an illegal substitution penalty against the Irish.
So really that's a positive for the Norsemen because it was a negative play. They had sacked Lawrence behind the line of scrimmage, and now they're gaining some yardage down the field. Starting to put together a nice drive here.
5-yard penalty now, 1st and 5, and they'll spot the ball at the 41-yard line. They have 4 receivers. Low snap again. Lawrence picks it up over the middle. It's picked off. He overshot the intended receiver, and picking it up for the Irish is Saxon Jenkins. Well, that's a pretty easy pick for him. It was right to him.
Yeah, and that really started with the snap of the football. That was a little bit low. It took him a second to get that ball handled. By the time he got up to look downfield for the throw, pressure was starting to mount on him in the pocket and just overshot the receiver there. So the turnover chain going again to the Irish player.
Yep, turnover chain going again. And Kevin, it just seems like every time the Golden Norseman gets the momentum, a penalty, a turnover, something thwarts that.
Yeah, it looked like they were starting to put a nice drive together and get a little momentum on the offensive side, some rhythm to them, picking up a couple of those first downs. But then the turnovers are critical. It doesn't matter what level of football you're playing. You could be in Pop Warner at the lowest level. You could be in first grader playing football all the way up to a seasoned NFL player. Those turnovers are going to kill you. They're going to cost you games. And possession's so valuable for the Norsemen as they try and get on the board. They give one away right there.
All right, Cam Freeman on the run, throws it, got a man, it's complete. Up at the 34-yard line, he finds Quinn for a big gainer.
What a tremendous play by the quarterback. Big pressure coming down on him as he's running right, able to get rid of that ball to an open receiver. Beautiful operation there, nearly getting the first down.
And we have a timeout now called by University City and Greg Powell as they picked up 9 on that play. We'll look at 2nd down and 1 when we resume. I'm Tim Donnelly with the play-by-play. Kevin Donnelly, color analyst right now.
I was impressed with the interviews by Stormy on the sideline of the coaches. Both coaches seem to really have the right frame of mind for coaching the youth on the football field tonight. Their priorities in order, really trying to teach these young men life skills along with learning the game of football. And you could tell both of them had passion for the game. It's great to see young coaches out there teaching this game to the youth. You know, it's a sport that's had some decline at the youth levels, but you know, it's I think with some of the safety concerns and things like that starting to ease a little bit, some of the communication that's been passed down from college football, NFL football about safety and proper ways of tackling and different issues like that really made people feel great about this game again, and it's just fun seeing these two teams compete.
2nd and 1 for the Irish. We'll see if they might take a shot downfield here. Freeman over the middle, man wide open. It's complete. This is Rivers. And he's all the way out to the 49-yard line. It's a 1st down and more for the University City Irish.
And for the Irish team, really, their play, their mindset is to run the football, but obviously with this 21-0 lead and being able to shut down the Norsemen on offense, they want to get some other players into the mix, maybe guys they haven't used a whole bunch. They probably have not passed it a whole heck of a lot this whole football season with how well they've been able to run the ball. So now they're opting to get into a little bit more of a passing mode, feed the receivers some of these balls and get them involved in the action. And it's fun to watch these guys executing some pretty nice offensive plays through the air.
Under 6 minutes to go. University City on top and in command. There's still a lot of football to be played. Freeman rolling right. He was hit as he went to throw the football, and it's going to be incomplete, but big pressure coming from number 88, David Sanders.
David Sanders stayed with it. The quarterback rolled a little bit to his right, got out of the pocket, but Sanders stayed with it, kept tracking the quarterback and got there right as he released that football.
And a penalty as well against the Irish. Get a look at it here. big frame. Sanders got that arm right over the top, and
a couple of nifty moves just to get there as he beats the offensive lineman with an arm over move, kind of getting past him, and as the running back tried to pick him up, almost did the same exact move to get by him. And when you're tall like Sanders is, you're able to use that move, getting the arm over, makes the middle part of your body so skinny it's hard for them to get hands on you and get you blocked. A couple of nice moves by the lanky defensive end for the Norsemen there.
1st and 19 after the penalty, and Freeman, the general under center for the University City Irish. He's done a great job here tonight so far. Backs are in the eye. Receiver split on 1st and 19. Give, second man through, and maybe picking up 4 or 5. That was Jenkins on the carry. Kevin, by the way, you are the Director of Player Development for the Charlotte 49ers football team, and I know it was a loss, but still to go into Tennessee, only lose 14-3 and shut the Volunteers out on their home field for 3 quarters, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, Tim, you know, we're talking about it before the game, and by no means was anyone happy with the loss. Those coaches and players are the highest level of competitors, but I think really, for me, I was proud. The whole staff was proud. The players were proud that they went in there and fought tooth and nail against an SEC football team and just limited them in so many different ways. Their offense only getting 7 points on the board. The other 7 points coming from a punt return that was returned the distance for a touchdown. And, you know, the defense just excelling. It just, I think, showed the players that they compete at the highest level and gave them a lot of confidence. They're going to need it. They're standing right now with 4 wins on the season. They have a chance to be bowl eligible if they can win 2 out of their next 3 games. They're against some tough conference opponents, but they're going to head into these next 3 games with a lot of confidence the way they showed out in Tennessee against such a huge crowd.
I'm a big proponent of moral victories, and I know they didn't win, but I still say a lot of positives out of that effort.
Yeah, you know, you never want to be satisfied. Coaches, like we heard one of the coaches on the sideline, he's a perfectionist, man. He wants it all perfect and executed nicely.
Freeman rolling out, and 1 out of bounds, maybe losing a yard or 2. There was another 5-yard penalty against the Irish for delay of game. That's 3 they've had delay of game penalties. Coach Powell won't be happy with that. This will bring up 3rd and very long now for the Irish.
Yeah, and I think for Powell and this Irish team trying to get some other players in the game and getting them lined up correctly, maybe that some guys not having a lot of experience. You know, he mentioned getting some other guys in there in the second half with the lead that they have. Sometimes when you don't have those reps and a game time experience, it can really set you back, and guys aren't lined up properly. You can't get a play executed. It's going to cause some delay games.
3rd and forever right now for the University City Irish at their own 35-yard line. And they'll give it on the sweep to the left side. This is Pagat. Turns the corner. 40. Still on his feet. 45. Got some good individual yardage there, but still well short of the first down.
Really had a nice block on the outside to set up the initial part of this run, and it looked like it had a chance to get some good yardage behind it. He eludes that first tackler, but a nice job of the Norsemen really rallying around it. You can see countless jerseys there now bringing him down short of the first down marker, so it leaves a 4th and long situation.
Rondell Carter finally made the stop, and he fought off a lot of blockers. He plays both offense and defense, and he's a great player. Also, Joshua Duhart had a hand in that effort as well. All right, 4th and 14 for the Irish. See if the Golden Norsemen can get a stop here. Now Freeman airing it out deep, in and out of the hands of Pagat at the 31-yard line. He leaped up but could not come down with it. All right, let's head down to the sidelines right now. Stormy Bonantoni, our sideline reporter, has a group of guests down there. Stormy?
Oh, we are having so much fun on the sidelines. Let's see some sizzle, ladies. I'm here with our our junior assistant coach, Sierra Reynolds, here for the Norseman cheerleaders. What all goes into the preparation and getting ready for not only every game, but this time a television game of the month?
It's a lot of preparation. We practice 3 times a week for 2 hours straight, and it's a lot of preparation. Not only do we teach the girls the cheerleading fundamentals, but we also do stunts, and we teach them leadership roles that they can take to their school and to their community.
And they are shining personalities and shining with the glitter on their faces as well.
Yes, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. I think that's their favorite part, the glitter, the bows, the glam. So.
What's their favorite part of practice?
Favorite part of practice, I think the stunts you guys like. And I think they also like when they get to call a cheer and they have their favorite cheers.
Well, I hear we have a very special cheer that they're going to do for us right now. You want to set it up for us?
All right, ladies, let's do hello.
Thank you, Stormy, and those great gals cheering the Golden Norsemen here tonight. Well, we just saw Zach Lawrence taking a sack, and you know, Kevin, you got to feel sorry for the young man. He's just running for his life out there. I mean, he's got one eye looking for a receiver and one eye looking for the white jerseys that are usually pretty close by.
Yeah, the Irish have a strong defensive line, and Big Ray McCray was one of the first ones on the scene there, playing defensive line, and also done a tremendous job tonight as a running back. But it seemed like so many white jerseys around him so quickly, and he had a couple of receivers downfield in some positions to make some catches. There was some wide open space down there, but absolutely zero time to be able to set his feet and get that ball off.
Kevin Donnelly, our color analyst. Tonight I've had the privilege of working with several former Panthers players on the Little Panthers games of the month for the last 15 years. Done Mike Skurlock, Al Wallace, Jeff Schwartz. Now we're adding another great professional into the mix with Kevin Donnelly. And Kevin, again, you're one of the few guys that played for the same organization but in 2 different cities. How was that? Tell us what that was like.
Yeah, interesting. I was drafted by the Houston Oilers, but after 6 seasons there, because of some things that went between the city and the owner of the team, the owner decided to move to Nashville, Tennessee, and they became then the Tennessee Titans. So played with the same organization as we packed up house there in Houston and moved the whole operation up to Tennessee. Jeff Fisher was our coach and was a good leader through all of that for us as we made that transition. But definitely love my time in both cities. I think Texas is a great state for football. They love their football down there. And then with going to Tennessee, having the first taste of the NFL right there in Nashville. Wow. They embraced the team wholeheartedly and really had a lot of success early on, which was great. Had great fan support. So I was glad to be able to be parts of both of those cities as I was a Houston Oilers / Tennessee Titan.
It's a great story. Of course, Kevin also played for the Miami Dolphins and, of course, the Carolina Panthers. All right, Lawrence complete. Still on his feet, finally being knocked out of bounds, but close to a first down. That was Josiah Duhart, or was it David Sanders?
Looks like David Sanders came up with that, and what a blow he delivered to the Irish defenseman out there as he caught that ball. You know, probably some frustration for this Norseman offense. They want to get something going, but a nice pass by Lawrence to him as he makes the catch downfield and gets a few extra yards after that catch.
He looked like Vance McDonald there for the Pittsburgh Steelers on that play. All right, to the right side, first down for the Golden Norsemen. All the way down to the Irish 30-yard line, and that is Ben Black with a first down.
And a nice operation there by the offense. They get the ball quickly to Black, who's able to use that open space towards the Norseman sideline there to break free and get the first down. A well-designed play for the Norsemen, and you know, you don't have to rain bombs downfield. Some short, little controlled passing gets the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. He doesn't have to worry about the pass rush. They're a big success getting the first down.
40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lawrence has time this time, but overshoots his receiver on the far side of the field. He was looking for Rondell Carter. That's one of the first times of the night that Lawrence actually had a few seconds to throw.
Yeah, had some time there. And, you know, once you can get a little bit of rhythm, get the offensive linemen kind of dialed in on their protection schemes, it's been the hardest thing, I think, for the Norsemen tonight, is to get some consistency from the entire offense all at the same time. They've not been on the same page. And when you have different parts of it failing, you're going to get a little kind of herky-jerky on the offensive side.
Lawrence rolling left. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Irish. Running down the field. And all the way out of the 20-yard line. Coming up with a big fumble recovery is Amin Mingo. But there's a flag upfield. Will it stand?
It looks like both teams moving towards the end of where the play ended up, but still no word on what the flag was.
Number 17, Amin Mingo, 13-year-old, goes to Lewis Chapel Middle School, and what an amazing future aspiration. He wants to serve in the military.
I know, tremendous. It was fun reading some of the bios of some of these players and what they aspired to be. Some really cool things from all of them. Teachers, scientists, all the different things they listed there. And really, I think the weather played a big part in why that fumble occurred, because there was pressure on the quarterback, but it's such a damp night tonight. The field was damp as we got onto the field there pregame, and I think some of that moisture on the ball kind of led to that, as his hand is hit and that ball comes out of his hand, forcing the turnover and a big play for the Irish.
Now the ball is down. And I think the Irish got the good bounce and will recover. They will. A heads-up play there by Funderburk.
It's been surprising there haven't been more kind of bobbled passes and fumbles and things along the way. We're seeing some now as the evening progresses in this game. But like I said, it's still kind of misting out there. It's not quite raining, but a lot of fog, a lot of damp air hanging over the stadium, a little bit of mist falling. So it is a wet night in terms of trying to handle that football.
Well, Kevin, one of the great things the Carolina Panthers do in the community is the Panthers and Gatorade. They honor 10 youth football coaches throughout the Youth Football Coach of the Week season, all season long. The program recognizes youth football coaches who have made a difference in the lives of their players, organization, and community while advancing the sport of youth football. The Panthers recently hosted all 10 winners at a recent Panthers game, and you're looking at some of them right now. We see Anthony Huggins, Simmons YMCA, Omar McCallop, Steel Creek Seahawks, David Merce from the Odell Eagles, Greg Paler, Steel Creek Seahawks, Robert Reynolds Jr. from the Pitt Greenville Titans, Greg Wassett, Steel Creek Seahawks. Also Van Freeman from the South Greenville Bulldogs, Tyson Gidney from the Cherryville Little Ironmen, Jabari Gordon from the Sylvia Circle Demons, and Michael Hewlett from the Coastal Panthers. And they were all down at Bank of America Stadium, Kevin, being saluted. What a thrill for them. But we salute them and thank them for their commitment to youth football.
That is great, and I'm thankful for you getting to have to read those names. I couldn't do that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh.
Freeman throwing deep, looking for Saxon Jenkins, batted into the air and almost intercepted Ethan Greer down there. Almost had a shot at it.
And really, with two defenders down there for the Norsemen, had an opportunity to maybe pull up an interception, but both of them, one of them going for the ball, the other one was in position to catch the thing. But, you know, at this point in the game, you're just trying to keep this offense from moving down the field so you don't have a problem with them really knocking that ball to the ground and forcing a third long.